If you're preparing for CWL and need a Town Hall 17 war base that can disrupt attack plans, protect the core, and force your opponent to make difficult decisions, take a close look at this layout. This design is not built around one obvious defensive compartment. Instead, it uses multiple layers, separated sections, awkward pathing, and carefully distributed defenses to make the attacker work for every step. And make sure you stay until the end, because I'll break down this entire base from the center to the outer ring, and around the 2-minute mark, I'll tell you exactly where to get the copy link for this CWL base. Let's begin with the most important area, the core. Right in the center, the town hall is surrounded by a dense network of defensive structures and multiple wall compartments. The first thing you'll notice is how compact the central area is compared with the surrounding sections. This creates overlapping defensive coverage and makes the core extremely dangerous for troops that manage to break through the first layer. The town hall is not sitting in an isolated corner. Instead, it is integrated into the central defensive structure, meaning an attacker approaching from several directions can potentially enter the town hall zone, but doing so exposes the attacking army to defenses from multiple compartments. Around the town hall, the layout places several high-value defenses and supporting structures at different positions. This creates a difficult choice for the attacker. Should they invest heavily into the core, or try to bypass it and attack from another side? That decision is exactly what makes a CWL base like this effective. Now look at the walls immediately surrounding the core. Rather than creating one large open compartment, the base breaks the center into several smaller sections. These compartments interrupt troop movement and make it much harder to create a clean funnel. For ground attacks, this can force troops to move around corners and spend additional time breaking through walls. For air attacks, the spread of key defenses prevents the attacker from gaining too much value from a single entry direction. Moving just outside the core, we find another defensive layer. The left and right sides contain several separate compartments with defensive buildings positioned between walls. This creates multiple attack lanes instead of one predictable route. And that's an important feature in CWL. A good warbase should make the attacker question their entry point before they even deploy the first troop. If you want to use this exact Town Hall 17 CWL War Base, the copy link is available in the video description. So once you finish watching this breakdown, head down to the description, grab the base link, and copy the layout into your own village. It's a great idea to test the base with friendly challenges before using it in an important CWL matchup. Now let's continue toward the outer compartments. On the upper side, the base uses several smaller sections to protect defensive structures and create additional layers between the perimeter and the core. The spacing here is important because attackers cannot simply clear the outside buildings and immediately enter the central area. There are multiple defensive positions along the route, and each section can contribute to the overall damage output. Moving toward the left side, you can see another combination of compartments and defenses. The structures are positioned so that troops entering from this direction have several possible paths, but not all of those paths lead toward the most valuable targets. This is classic pathing control. The attacker may successfully break through one wall section, only to discover that their troops are moving away from the core instead of toward it. The right side follows a similar concept, with defenses and buildings distributed across several sections. This makes the layout difficult to funnel and reduces the chance of getting maximum value from a single spell, siege machine, or hero ability. Now let's move down toward the bottom. The lower half contains another layer of compartments that separates the central defensive zone from the outer ring. Several defenses are positioned inside these compartments, while additional buildings sit outside the walls. Those outside buildings are not just decoration. They help extend the attacker's path and can interfere with funneling. If the attacker starts too close to one side, their troops may spread out instead of entering the core together. And in CWL, that can be the difference between a high percentage to star and a devastating 3-star. Finally, let's look at the outer perimeter. The base uses buildings and defensive structures at different distances from the walls, creating an uneven deployment zone around the entire layout. The corners are also utilized to create additional walking distance and prevent attackers from getting an effortless funnel. Overall, this Town Hall 17 War CWL base is built around layered compartments, unpredictable pathing, centralized defensive coverage, and target separation. The core is heavily protected, the middle compartments create multiple attack lanes, and the outer ring makes it difficult to establish a clean funnel. That means your opponent has to carefully plan their entry, their pathing, their siege machine, their spell timing, and their hero abilities. And that is exactly the kind of pressure you want to create in CWL. So, if you're looking for a Town Hall 17 war base that can make attackers second-guess their strategy, this layout is definitely worth testing. Remember, the base link is in the description, so grab it and try it in a friendly challenge before taking it into your next serious war. If you found this base breakdown useful, smash the like button, share this video with your clanmates, and subscribe to the channel for more Town Hall 17 bases designs. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever a new base is uploaded. Thanks for watching, good luck in your next CWL battle, and I'll see you in the next base review.